Let the truth be told, we never fold, rock solid. From the cradle to the grave, we self-made with the product. Any disrespect, you know the drill, you getting out.
I press a line and I suggest you approach that bitch with some caution.
Cutting on the turf, you and you, now come up off of
Shit
it.
be risky, end up losing your life. That's the cost, sir. Real always recognize real.
Welcome back, Gun Gang. This is KCMOGUNZ, and this channel is equipped with the most lit modified shit that you should probably go get. Hey, I'm glad that y'all tuned back in. Today, we're going to talk about my Gucci'd out Glock 23 Gen 4. I'm super excited today. One, because I got a new camera. I want you to judge the quality of this video versus the quality of the SD40 video, the last video that I put out. Drop down in the comments and tell me how big of a difference you can see. Two, being this beautiful setup that I got. We're in the Red Kingdom right now. You know I'm always repping, hence the name of the channel, KCMOGUNZ, and that's how it's always gonna be. Number three, I got the most aesthetically pleasing Glock 23 in the country right now, in my humble opinion. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today, so I broke this video up into 3 parts. Part 1 and part 2 is gonna be mainly based on the accessories and the parts that I put on the weapon, and we're gonna go into depth about the pros and the cons of all of that stuff. And then part 3 is gonna be the range footage. I wanted to break it up into these 3 parts so I didn't have you sitting on your phone or behind your computer watching an hour and 30-minute video on a Glock 23. I want you to keep in mind that everything that I'm gonna show you today, all the parts and accessories that I put on this pistol, you can go over to the website, KCMOGUNZ.com, and you can look at the build list, and it'll show you every single thing that I put on this weapon. You can click the link, go to the website, purchase it, do whatever you wanna do. Put it on your Glock 17, your Glock 23, your whatever Glock model you got, you can find that for your specific model. Go ahead and like and subscribe right now and hit that notification bell so you get alerted when I drop videos. Easy enough, right? We're gonna dive right into what we're here to talk about today, and that's my upgraded version of the Glock 23. We're gonna breeze past features and specs because you can watch another video that can show you features and specs of a Glock 23. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you these upgrades that I put on it. Some of them may have pros, some of them may have cons, some may have both. We're gonna get into that. There are a few things about this weapon that can make you a better shooter, but most of it is just for aesthetics. All it is just making this thing even sexier than it was when I pulled it out of the box. We're gonna go over all of that and then we're gonna be out. I'm gonna let you go on about your day. So let's move. So without further ado, let me go ahead and show you this piece of work that I got right here. I done slow grind it for long enough. I can feel you at the edge of your seat waiting for me to show you this thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and present to you my Glock 23 Gen 4. Did you see that?
Let me see that again. I didn't get a good look at that.
I'm gonna bring it back up for you. Look at that thing.
Damn.
It's a piece of work. Designed by KCMOGUNZ, by the way. First things first, let's go ahead and be smart about it and be safe. It does not have anything in it. Magazine is clear. So let's talk about this thing. All right, go ahead. First, before we get into it, I want you to drop down in the comments right now and put Gun Gang in all caps if you think this go right here. All right, if I look in the comments and I see Gun Gang, I already know what you're talking about. Enough said, no need to explain. Let's move. First things first, we're gonna talk about the slide right here and the cuts that I got put in there. So these windows I got done at DP Customs. Go to the website, DP Custom Works LLC. It'll pop right up for you. It's in Marshfield, North Carolina. If you got any questions about that, it'll be in the build list also. But once you're going through there, I selected the angled ends on both sides, which ran me about 60. I got this top window put in there for about $35. The optic cut back here was about $75. It just make it look sexy. That's all it does. It also reduces the weight and reciprocating mass of the slide, which ultimately means the slide won't return the battery violently. Meaning that when I go bang, slide comes back, the action that it does when it comes back, it doesn't return violently. Now it does in a sense, but it's less violent, okay? When you get cuts in your weapon like this, you have to get the slide refinished, and I chose melanite. Go ahead and take a look at that. Guy over there at DP Customs did a dope job. He will continue to get my business. No doubt about that. Believe his name is Doug. Good job, Doug. Next, we're gonna take a look at the red dot optic that I got put on this weapon right here. I got it from Amazon and it ran me about $249. 3-dot MOA, okay? MOA, minute of angle. Keep that in mind. Now, if you watched the last video on the SD40VE, I also purchased, which I got sitting right here, lucky you, I purchased this Crimson Trace, about $249. And you know, I mentioned in that video that I would probably never buy another red laser because a red dot is just so much more, I don't want to say reliable, but it's just better. I mean, I don't have to press a button for the dot to come on. It's just there. And we're going to get into that. So with this specific firearm and this specific optic, I had to have the rear dovetail removed on this weapon. As you can see, the sights are in front of the optic. I had to have the dovetail moved in front of the optic due to the length of this Vortex Venom. Now, if I would have kept the sights in the rear, then I would have had to get another optic. So the cut that the gentleman would have made would have interacted with where the safety plunger is inside the slide. Ultimately made the weapon unreliable. So I actually had to reach out to him and kind of get more clarification on why I couldn't have it. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, Gun Gang, I did not want the sights in front of the optic like this. It's something that grew on me. I looked at a lot of images on Google, and when I first saw it, I didn't like it. I didn't like the way it looked. I love the look of it in the back way more than I did, but it's something that grew on me, and it was a sacrifice I was willing to make. Like I said, I love it. I wouldn't change it. This is exactly what I imagined it to be, so I'm good with it. No regrets over here. Back into the Vortex Venom itself. So if you know anything about red dots, you know that the Trijicon RMR is like the most popular one out there on the market. And with that specific optic, you have to remove it from your weapon to change the battery out. So with this one specifically, the Vortex Venom, it's a top loading battery feature. So that means that I don't have to remove this and re-zero my red dot, or, you know, potentially strip the screws that's in there that holds it in place. I can just screw this off right here, right there where it says open, right there. And I can just screw that off, and then I can take it off and then put the battery in there, which ultimately keeps me from having to take this off my pistol, which is dope. I actually haven't had to do it yet. I don't have no experience with the Trijicon RMR, but like I said, I'm deep in this gun community and I watch a lot of videos. So I've heard all of the negative things about having to remove your red dot, and the pros to this one is that I don't have to do that. So another good thing about this Vortex Venom is that you got these rear sights right here. Those rear sights, a good little add-on that Vortex did to this optic. You got brightness settings right here on the side. You can go up and down with the brightness. It's all up to you. You can manipulate this to be exactly how you want it, depending on the light situation that you got. You can also hold this up arrow right here for 3 seconds, and it'll turn on the auto brightness for you. So depending on what your light situation is, you don't have to adjust it. It's got a battery life of about 150 hours and an auto shut off about 14 hours. Let's see if I can get you locked in on the red dot. Look at that red dot right there. It's pretty visible. It go, Gun Gang. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. We ain't missing. Let's go. This optic was perfect for me because of the way it was designed and the way it just flows with the gun. So out of all of the optics out there on the market, this is the one that I chose just due to, I mean, how it looked. A Glock is boxy, the optic's boxy, so that's why I chose this specific optic. All right, so now that we're talking about the optic, let's go ahead and move into the sights that I got. These are Amerigo sights. I got these from Amazon, and it ran me about $71.38, which is a pretty penny, Gun Gang. If you like me and you order something, you on there every single day. No matter where you order from, you on there every single day, tracking it, trying to figure out when it's gonna get there. Even though it gives you a date, like, hey, this is gonna be delivered on this day, you still track it every single day because, you know, something can happen. It show up early. But I say all that to say that when you spend $80 and you waiting all this time, no matter how long it is, you get the box or the package and you get 2 little pieces in there. And I'm like, these 2 little pieces for $80. Let me explain to you why it's well worth it. Number one, these are easy installation. I would suggest that if you're gonna purchase sights for your weapon, whatever weapon it may be, is that you get a sight pusher. And let me show you exactly why. It's different for the Glock than it was for this SD40VE. Let me go ahead and clear that.
You think you're so fucking cool, don't you?
We clear. Now, these two weapons are kind of similar, but at the same time, they're kind of different. To install the front sight on this Glock, you take the slide off and there's a tool that you get to go right up in there and then screw the front side post off of a Glock. But for this one specifically, there is no portion inside the slide to where you screw off. You gotta push this one out. Now, I had to set this on my dresser upstairs, and I had to knock this out with a punch and a little mallet. And you can see on there how I marred it up. Gun gang. I was so pissed when I messed up my new sights.
God damn, ain't shit gonna happen. All right? All right?
When I put this video out, those sights wasn't on there. So this is a new addition. But anyways, I'm getting off track. This is about the G23. But I had to bang it in there, which ultimately gave me that little scuff right there. I was pissed.
You acting like a little bitch right now.
So, get you a sight pusher, gun gang. Now, I say get you a sight pusher, but the sight pusher that I have didn't work for that. I mean, it's not the best for front sight, so you just got to do the best that you can do.
You acting real paranoid and shit.
The good thing about Glocks is you don't got to push that thing out. The rear one went in smooth, no issues, because I had that sight pusher. I didn't have to bang it in there. I can center it perfect with no issues. Invest in a sight pusher. I'm gonna put the link in the description for that SD40 video if you didn't see it. If you gun gang, you should have saw it. The pros to these AmeriGlow sights are that I can co-witness through the Vortex Venom. If in the event I'm not on top of the battery and it dies on me or it breaks and I'm in a real life gunfight and I need to aim, shoot, and survive to save my life, this thing goes out, I can co-witness through this and see my sights. And another good thing about these things is that they glow in the dark. And I'm gonna get you locked in on that. I don't know how well you can see that bad boy in there. Oh yeah, there it is. They will light up for me in a low light situation. Those is money. So, glow in the dark and cold witness, I say those AmeriGlows, it's pretty worth it. We moving. So next, we're gonna talk about these nice base plates right here. Now, to be honest with you, gun gang, this right here is what really makes this thing pop. I purchased them from the Glock store, but they are a Terran Tactical product. Got them from the Glock store for about $41.99, and they're a good addition. As you can tell by looking behind me, by seeing my motorcycle and all the stuff I got on the wall back there, red is my thing. Red turns heads. It makes everything better, my opinion, all right? They well machined. Got two of them. Wouldn't take it back. It's so many different base plates that you can purchase for Glock. It's just all about what you want, how you want your design to look. There's plenty of different colors out there. Machined from billet aluminum. Very, very easy to install. The pros to this is that it gives me a +4 with 40 caliber. If you go 9mm and you got a Glock 17 or a Glock 19, you get a +5 on them. So go ahead and check them out if it's something that you're interested in and you want to get for your pistol. I'm super duper happy with these. I haven't had no malfunctions with them. They run perfect. We're gonna go ahead and dig in a little bit deeper for the rest of the upgrades so you can get a closer look. We moving. All right, gun gang. Now that we dug in, we're gonna talk about these red Gen 4 stainless steel pins that I got from the Glock store for about $39.95. Now it's 3 pins that you can get in a lot of different colors. If you don't get it from the Glock store, you can go on eBay. You could even buy the OEM ones and paint them yourself. This right here don't do nothing but make the pistol look sexy. So 3 pins, 2 for the trigger block, and then 1 right here for the back strap. Easy enough. I chose red because I think you already know what time it is. The slide takedown lever, also purchased from the Glock store for about $19.99. Of course, the original one was black, and I chose reds. We moving, let's go. Get a look at that gold serrated slide plate right there. You got many options on these. You can get these engraved with your name, the Punisher skull, the American flag. You got all the options in the world. All you got to do is Google Glock slide cover plate, and you gonna find whatever it is you're looking for, the color and all of that. This right here is the most customizable part of a Glock, whatever model. Slide release, pretty basic, nothing too special about this. I just chose gold to go with the flow of this pistol. I mean, the only good thing about this is that it's got that bump right there so you can feel it better. I mean, that's gonna help you find that slide release and get back into action as soon as possible. That's it. So it's money. Highly suggested, Gun Gang. Let's go. I got the titanium nitride coated extractor also from the Glock store. All this part does is remove fired and unfired cartridges from the pistol. The fact that it's titanium nitride doesn't help it do that better or worse. This is just for aesthetics and nothing more. Just a good addition to add to the feng shui and to add to, you know, the dopeness of the pistol, to just make it go. That's it.
Sort of like a Ben Schwartz. Was it Mike? Remember when it was a V like a Von
why don't you have a seat?
Ben Rains or
Feng Shui.
Von Sway.
Ain't nothing crazy about that. So we moving. All right, next we're gonna talk about this extended mag release right here. It's a Tyrant CNC product. I bought it from eBay for about $27.95. The pros to this is that it looks good. The serrations on it right here just helps you in low light situations. So if you in a place and you can't see nothing, you need to drop your mag, then you can feel that really, really good, way better than the OEM part that goes in there. The con about this thing is that once I draw with it, it protrudes so much that when I draw and I pull it out of my holster, I hit that mag release and it falls out. If you're gonna purchase this, I would suggest that you don't purchase it for your carry gun. I had to alter the way I pulled this thing out of my holster so that I wouldn't hit this mag release. And if you somebody who carries often on a day-to-day basis and you switch guns, you got more than one carry gun, you don't want to have to think about what gun you got and how you need to draw so you don't hit the mag release. So I say all that to say that if you're gonna carry, don't carry with this Tyrant CNC mag release, because it could make you drop the mag once you pull it out of the holster. Now, it could be different for you, but for me, with my hands, be cognizant of where that was at so I didn't hit that. So moving, we're gonna talk about the Olight, this bad boy right here. The Olight Balder Mini, 600 lumens with a red beam. I purchased this bad boy from Amazon for about $109.95. Good deal. Now, sort of like the optic right here, the Vortex Venom, is so many different lights on the market that you can choose from. I chose this one because it's got a great boxy look. It's easily adjustable. Let me go ahead and show you. If you're depending on how you like it, you can take this thing, you can move it forward, you can move it backwards, however you want to do it, man. It is perfect for me right there because it's flush with the barrel face. Another pro about this thing is that there is no battery required. Now, with most weapon lights, it's not your typical batteries. You're not about to get a AAA battery or a AA battery to throw in here. They require batteries that are not readily available at the places that you think that you can get batteries. You know what I'm saying? You got to order the weapon light batteries specifically from a website, or it's only a few select places that's going to have those in stock for you. But with this specific Olight, man, it's a charger. So whenever this thing dies on me, all I got to do is charge it. Now, when I bought this light, it came in a box, looks exactly like this. Let's go ahead and open this bad boy up so I can show you what's inside. You get your directions right here, easy day. Throw those to the side. The light is in here when you get it. And you get a charger. And you get these little tools and all of that stuff that's gonna help you with windage. Now, the great thing about this specific light right here, dog, is that I can just throw this thing on the charger. While I'm sitting here doing schoolwork or whatever I'm doing, I got my pistol sitting right here next to me, plug this thing into my computer, the USB, and boom. And it's gonna sit there and it's gonna give me a green light when it's ready to go. So easy day right there. That right there, Olight is winning with that idea, and I'm pretty sure that other companies is adopting that method to put on their lights, because the battery thing is bad to go. Why do we need that when we can just have a charger for that thing? You know what I'm saying? That saves us money. The activation switches on this thing are money. When I got my good grip on the pistol like this, all I got to do is hit this little knob right here, boom, lights on. You hit it once like that, it stays on, boom. If you just want to, you in a situation where you don't want the light to stay on, you just want a quick flash, boom, you just hold it down and then release, and it'll turn right off. That way you don't have to boom, boom to turn it off. You just hold it down the whole time. You got your finger straightened off the trigger. If you don't want to use that side, then you can go with the other side. Boom, hold it down with your thumb while your finger is on the trigger. Of course, if you're ready to fire. All right, now I was fighting with which light I want to get just due to all of the options that you got out there on the market. And I was looking at the Streamlight TLR7. Now, the good thing about the TLR7 is that it would have filled this gap right here on the weapon. As you can see, there's a gap right there to where you can see right through the pistol. I'm really not a big fan of that, but the thing that ultimately made me choose this is that the fact that it's boxy. And we talked about that earlier. It's boxy. The TLR7 Streamlight is rounded off. And I wasn't really feeling that. A Glock is boxy, so I kind of wanted a light on there that was boxy to match it and give the whole weapon feng shui, which is why I got the Vortex Venom and why I got this Balder Mini Olight. I'm sure it would have been dope with the TLR7, but this is the ultimate one that I really, really wanted that fit the idea and the model that I wanted for this Glock 23. So, like I said, I wouldn't go back and change it. I'm with the outcome of this weapon, and I'm not complaining because that thing right there is sexy.
They just hoping we ain't noticed. Fam, them niggas hopeless.
My heart's dark, but it's part humble. The motherfuckers muffin came back blue like Kevin Hart's off. Yeah. So say it with your chest. The rock with different tops and shit. To me, that AKD the best. Savor and the flavor of it similar to death. I think success is speak with action, so I say it less. I can't hear that bullshit that y'all.
All right, Gun Gang, this is going to wrap up part 1 of the Glock 23 upgrade, and I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for part 2 because it's going to be just as informative as this part was. And then, of course, stay tuned for part 3 also, because that's going to be that range footage. That's what you definitely want to see. Let's do it. Gun Gang.
Never nervous to the death. It's hopeless in my vision. Let me borrow your ears for a minute. Come soak some of this ism. Pillar talkers and get pillar soft. Acting like he really with the shit. Plus his little nigga soft. It's hopeless in everything that I see, cuz bad bitches submitting to sin because they need love. That type of shit ain't tolerated by RIV, cuz when I shake hands with my losers, we always like C's up. Or see me with caution, cuz over you would get switched cheese up. The truth be told, we never fold, rock solid. From the cradle to the grave, we self-made with the product. Any disrespect, you know the drill, you getting hot.
I press a line and I suggest you approach that bitch with some caution.
Nothing on the turf, do with you, now come up off of
Shit
it.
be risky, end up losing your life. That's the cost, sir. Real always recognize real, so what's your motive? If they snaking, they just hoping we ain't noticed. Fam, them niggas hope.
Back to the game again, back to the cane again. Ask my bro Bull Logan. Real niggas play to win. Half money, half heart.